Welcome back to another episode of ARU Reads Reddit. And this time we are going to be discussing something that's quite topical this time of year, clearing and result day. So there's lots to unpick here, lots of amazing posts. And as per usual, we have two new fantastic guests supporting us today. So would you like to introduce yourself and just explain a bit more about your role here at ARU?
Yeah, hi, I'm Tom. I'm the admissions officer, so I deal with all the applications that come through, both through UCAS and through clearing, and it's quite a busy time for us at the moment. So, yeah, looking forward to answering your questions to the best of my ability, and hopefully it clears some things up for you.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm working as one of our clearing advisors. So if you give a ring to the general line, you'll probably come through to me or one of our team. And yeah, this is my third time working back at ARU.
Incredible. So we have some great expertise on the panel today, and lots of Reddit posts to go through. As per usual, I'm Ellen, I'm your host for today. So the first Reddit post that we've had come in is titled, "How does clearing work?" And I know when I first started at ARU, I was like, what is this clearing? I literally was a bit naive and just thought it was one time throughout the year, like one day. I didn't realise the extent of it. And like, clearing, are we going to have a spring clean of our cupboards? Or what's going on here? So how does clearing actually work? So this post reads, "Hi all. So after a few years out of school, I'm 21 now, I decided I want to go to uni. I got everything ready, applied before the deadline. However, it was rushed as it was a late decision on my part. Therefore, I didn't get to look at any unis in person. I just had to apply for what would take me as my grades weren't amazing. However, I still applied for ones I'd be happy to go to if need be, but I definitely want to try clearing to see if I can get into a better uni slash one that would suit me better. And I'm struggling to understand the whole process. So what I've got is it opens up on results day and basically you ring up and you just try to get an extra space. My questions mainly are, can you still go through clearing if you have offers, as I have one right now? Also, will they take you with a slightly lower grades? For example, the course I want is BBB, but I only have ACC. So yeah, there are my main two questions, but any other info on the whole process would be really appreciated. Sorry if this is a stupid question, but I just want to try and get a good understanding of it so I can take advantage fully of the process when it becomes available." I mean, there's no such thing as a stupid question. I mean, given
Definitely
my
not.
experiences of
Definitely
what
not.
I thought clearing was when I first started, I was very humbled when I found out
Yeah.
the reality of it. So what's your take on that? How would you respond to this question?
Yeah, so clearing is opens normally at the beginning of July and runs sort of towards the second, third week of September. Sometimes a bit longer, depending on what the sort of student numbers are looking like. Definitely, it's open for people like yourself who might have made a late decision, rushed their decision a little bit, and now are thinking actually maybe there are some better places out there for me. So it's good to do your research. Clearing is, like I say, open for quite a long time, so you don't need to rush through it too much. It's probably best to look at our website. We do have open days during clearing as well, so attend those. You can find information about open days on our website. If you just type in AIU open days, just book in, come to campus, have a look around, speak to academics, speak to staff, student union, other students. It gives a great overview of how the university works, what to expect. With the grades being a bit lower, I mean, obviously, clearing is intended for applicants who might have received slightly lower grades as well. So we do drop our tariff point requirements. So I wouldn't be too concerned about you not getting the grades that you may be expected to get. Um, what else is there?
It's covered loads. It's such an
Yeah,
extensive
it
thing, isn't
is. It
it?
is.
And
Yeah, it's a very extensive thing. But yeah, we've got a lot of support. So if you're maybe not comfortable doing the application online by yourself, you can call our clearing support line.
which will
And
go through to
That's
yeah,
you.
me.
the clearing support line will support you through going through the application. They'll go over all the grades that you've received.
Mhm.
What happens is the university will also get so especially A levels and BTEC results will get the results slightly earlier before
Okay.
they're released to the students. So if for any reason you didn't meet those results, if you're holding a UCAS offer, they will be reviewed, and then if you decide to go through clearing, obviously those results will then be taken into consideration for your clearing application. But yeah, it's quite it may seem daunting because it does sound quite complex, and some people think, oh, I'm going through clearing, I've probably failed, but that's not the case at all. Quite a majority of our applicants come through clearing, so yeah, just go ahead and get in touch with us, contact us, and we'll go through it with you step by step.
And you must get loads of phone calls coming in asking you questions similar to this. So how do you respond to those?
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of like first you kind of ask people what sort of areas they're interested in to see what kind of courses they want to apply for. Some people they don't really know, they kind of just start from nowhere. So we just ask a couple of questions saying, okay, what have you currently studied? Is there anything you think you might want to do? And obviously a lot of people are worried, but I would say like try not to worry too much, which is it's really hard to do. Obviously a lot easier said than done, like anxious girlies here. But even my sister, she also went through clearing. So like I kind of know obviously I don't know what it feels like directly, but I know what it kind of is like to go through that process as well, and seeing my sister through it. And she went through clearing for biomedical science, and then she transferred on to medicine. So, even if things don't work out the first time around, there's always sort of ways to get to where you want to be. So I would say just like don't try, don't give up on stuff. It's always worth giving a shot. Just give us a call if you're worried. Like if you're uncertain, you can speak to someone. You can either speak to us, or if you have specific questions about specific courses, we can put you through to like Tom, or we can put you through to one of our other admissions officers, and they can always give you more information. And there was like a thing about the open day as well. I would say like even though open days are nice, I didn't get to attend like a physical open day either because it was like during COVID, so I only got to go to one online, and it turned out fine for me. So I say like it's not the be all end all if you don't manage to get to an open day.
If you already hold an offer, you can still apply to us through clearing, but you will just, if you decide to then come to us, you'll need to just go to your current university that offered to you and just release yourself through UCAS Hub. I think it's quite a simple process to do from the applicant's side, but if you have any concerns, then contact your current the university that currently offered you a place and just ask to be released from that offer, and then we can send the offer out to you that way.
And that's it. I mean, this person as well, I mean, they've been out of school for a few years. Like it's going to feel a bit more daunting for them, especially because they've not got that kind of drummed into them, like applying and doing this, that and the other. And I think it's a really good opportunity. I think my only other advice would be for this person is to just be mindful of the fact that the results day will be in August, like mid-August time. So to be really aware of that and maybe look beforehand, because when spaces are gone, they're gone. So if you are in a position where you've got your grades already, then try and get in there a bit quicker, and then hopefully you'll be able to secure your place. So one perk of her being out of school and a bit more advantaged in that way. That's I'm assuming it's a her. I haven't read that through, but yes, that's really good. Thank you. That was really informative. I think the good answers for that person.
That's good.
Thank you.
The next one on the list for discussion is titled Result Day Stress. Yeah, I think we've all been there. We've all felt that moment at some point in our lives, and I can relate to this, even though it was years ago. But I won't lie, this is the most stressed I've ever been. I wish these days went quicker. This is torture. Crying face emoji.
Oh, no.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
How has everyone been dealing with this the last few days? I mean, this is a common thing that comes up, and stresses in life are very, very natural and they're going to happen, but around results day it must feel like there's so much resting on where you're going to end up going. There's so many different variables from it. So what would you advise this person?
Do you want to go first, or should I?
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, for me, I remember like around results day, to be honest, there isn't much you can do to change anything at that point. I would say, again, like you can't stop yourself from worrying, but you can do other things to distract yourself around the time. Go on walks, pick up a new hobby, see your friends, chat with your family about how you're feeling worried. Like it's always nice just to like talk to somebody as well. Give us a ring. We can help reassure you that things, they'll be okay. It might not turn out the way you wanted, but things have a way of working out. And also I would say, like, when it comes to results day, especially if you're thinking about applying to clearing, I would say be really prepared for results day. So if you are going to call us up on the phone and you want to make an application on results day, make sure you know your results, have your GCSEs in front of you, know the qualifications you've done, especially if you've done BTECs, because sometimes we get a little bit confused. So make sure you know if you studied a BTEC extended diploma, if you studied a BTEC certificate, just so we can make sure we have everything, so we can, the process can be quite smooth for you, because obviously we don't want to add any more stress, but it's best to, if you know exactly what you've got, it makes it a lot easier for us to be able to decide whether we can give you an offer on the spot, or if we have to like wait a bit more for the admissions officers as well. But yeah, I would say definitely try not to think about it too much. If you just go outside, go to the park, spend some time in the sun. Hopefully the sun will come back. I know it's raining at the moment, but yeah, do literally anything else apart from sitting in your room like doom scrolling. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. I mean, for me, results day was always stressful because it always fell on my birthday. So, so it was looking at thinking, if I get bad results, I'm going to get bad presents. So it was a bit more stressful as well.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, just sort of try and relax, try and go and do the things you enjoy doing, seeing your friends, seeing family. Just get out. But also make sure you do a bit of research, especially like you say before results day. Research clearing. There's a great tool. It's called a UCAS tariff calculator, and you can put your qualifications in there, the exact qualification you've done. Put in your grades. It will tell you how many points you're expecting to get, or you might have got. So that might put your mind at ease a little bit as well, to know sort of what you're expecting. But yeah, I like to say, there's nothing you can do about the results. And the great thing about clearing is that if you didn't get the results you wanted, it's not the end all be all.
Yeah.
And you can still apply to university and hopefully get a place. So yeah, just try and relax and try and be calm, and everything will work out for you in the end.
Yeah, and I think there's so many times that I can think of in my life where I perhaps haven't had the outcome that I've wanted.
Yeah.
And actually it's taken me to much better places, because it's made me have to really consider my options a bit more, and like just go in and take that leap of faith and just try something different. And I've really benefited from that. So I think whatever the outcome of your results, you're always going to find a way to get to where you want to be. And even if it takes a bit longer, I mean, you might have the best results from results day. You might surprise yourself and have way above what you were expecting. It could go the other way, but that's not the end of the world. There are other things that you can do to get to where you want to go with that bit of a perseverance, but also just mindfulness, just anything like you said, going to the park, trying to take your mind off of it. I mean, distracted by birthday plans, preparations, whatever might fall during that period, to help you kind of just breathe and just take it in and know that everything will work out in some way or another. So that's really good advice there for this person. So moving on from the conversation about results day and feeling stressed, because we all know how hard that and difficult that can be. This next person is asking about if they can learn which courses are going to be in clearing before results day. So it reads, so I got rejected from uni early this year, but I was thinking maybe I might try again after I get the results. But I think you need to reject your firm if you want to go through clearing. Is there a way to learn which courses and unis that they were going to be in clearing, and is there a list for last year, which is interesting? Obviously they might want to do a bit of background research to get up to date with that. So I mean, that must be really difficult, getting rejected as well beforehand. There's so many pressures like around you, aren't there, when you apply for universities, like ones you put on yourself and external ones as well. So what would you say to this student? Like, what would you tell them to do?
Yeah, so clearing, like I said, opened at the beginning of July, so the list of all the courses is already available. So if you go to ARU clearing, type that in, it will show all the sort of areas for courses, and then if you select the area that you're interested in, all the courses will then show up. And then that way you can go through the application process. All of our courses have their own dedicated course sites as well, so you'll find out all the information about that specific course on there. But like if you wanted to find out a bit more, like I say, open days are a great opportunity for that, because all of the staff, faculty staff, will be there, so you can discuss the course in more detail with them as well. One thing I would say as well, if you do start on a course and you feel like it's not working out for you, maybe after the first trimester, you can always transfer to a different course. There's always that opportunity if you speak to your course tutor or your personal tutor and say, like, this isn't working out, can I transfer to this and that course? that's always an opportunity, always a possibility. So, I wouldn't stress too much about if maybe the course that you want, the exact course you want isn't there, but then might become available. There might be some spaces a bit later on. You always got that possibility of switching onto that course as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I would say, like, yes, all of the courses on clearing you can see on our website. But if you aren't too sure about how to find it, you can always just give us a ring and you can just ask us. We're happy to tell you, especially if you've got an area that you're interested in, we can just tell you about what courses we've got available. And if you're interested, we can do an application right on the spot. So, yeah.
And that's really good advice again, but it is really difficult that there will be times you have people calling up and they have been rejected or feel a certain way. So it is a really, really difficult time and challenging time for some people coming through it.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you respond to someone who has just been rejected from university and they're calling up and they're upset and it might not be from us, from a different place? How would you reassure them?
Yeah, I mean, how I would reassure them right now, I mean, if I go back to looking at my sister's experience as well, she had applied for medicine the first time round and didn't get any offers for that. So on results day, she was really stressed and she was that person who was crying on the phone. So the clearing team, honestly, they were just so supportive and they're really reassuring, and they let them know about the alternative options and let them know that rejection isn't always just like, rejection is going to happen in your life, unfortunately, and it is really disappointing. But there are things that we can do to help you out and see if there are other ways, there are other things you can do. You might decide you change your mind and you end up in a completely different place. Even for me, I thought I wanted to be a doctor and I just studied an IT and business degree. So plans change as well, but just to let them know, we can reassure you. It obviously is disappointing, but it really isn't going to be the end of your world, and life will move on very quickly. It moves on so quickly after results day. My time at uni flew by, and remembering results day, it was just like, you can barely even remember what happened on the day. So just to let them know that it will be okay. And yes, what can we do for them in that moment in time? Just asking them, what do you need? How can we best support you? And really just trying to understand them. And obviously we can understand because we have a lot of people that do call us and they do feel that way. And
also I'd say in admissions, the last thing we want to do is reject you. The last thing is disappoint you and make you feel like you didn't get what you wanted. So we will do everything we can to make sure that you start with us. It might not be on the course that you wanted initially, but like I say, there's always that possibility for you to then go onto that course later on during your university time. So it's just trying maybe to have a bit of an open mind and maybe not getting what you wanted at first, but down the road there's always that opportunity for you later on.
And there could be so many reasons for that as well. It could be taking the wrong courses, options for ones that don't suit you. It's there's so many reasons why, and I think so many opportunities to get back on the path as well. But one thing I've just taken from both your conversations is that we're a really friendly bunch. So if you are ringing up and you're crying, we've heard it before. If you're ringing up and you're ecstatic, that's fine. We've heard it before. We're here to kind of share that journey with you and to be able to best support you along the way. So do not worry if you're sobbing on the phone or whether you're screaming with excitement on the phone. Either way, we are welcoming and here to support you. So those last few posts were just warm-ups for this one by the look of it. Slightly interesting title for this one.
Should I be scared?
We should all be scared. Regret accepting Anglia Ruskin offer. The gasps in the room. I will read and then we will discuss. Okay. I wonder how this is going to go. I applied for 4 universities, including King's College, and got an unconditional offer from all of them. As I took a gap year, I already had my A-level grades, distinction BB. My top choices were ARU, as I liked the open day and I got the feeling that the uni was very accommodating, and King's. I chose to accept my ARU offer as I came to the conclusion that I prefer to study in Cambridge, as I felt like London would be a bit too far for me and I get really overwhelmed on top of doing placements all over. I wanted to study child nursing. However, I've now been looking into ARU's rankings and I'm worried that I made the wrong decision. But unless I go through clearing, I don't think there's anything else I can do. Also, specifically for nursing right now, is it a good university? As I get the impression that it was from open day, but I'm starting to overthink it all. Okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought reading that through. And it's such a difficult one, this, because there are a lot of reviews out there. And it can be sometimes, quite hard to not go down a rabbit hole and to read reviews for something that might not actually be that relevant for you as well. So how would you respond to this just initially?
Yeah, I think looking at, obviously it's a habit looking at league tables for universities. It's definitely always at the back of someone's mind. But I would not pay too much attention to that. Each university is great in one way and maybe not so great in another way. There's always going to be personal opinions about different universities. So try not to look too much into the sort of rankings. The course that what was the course? Sorry, it was a child nursing.
Child nursing.
Yeah. So we're a very good university when it comes to our nursing and midwifery courses. All those courses are approved and accredited by the Nursing and Midwifery Council. So we always work. The courses are always up to the sort of national standard. Also, ARU was the University of the Year in 2023. So that should hopefully show that we're not as bad as the rankings might show. So yeah, obviously, it's always personal opinion, and sometimes it's difficult to change opinions of some people about certain universities. But I would say, we're a very welcoming, very supportive university. We always put students at our forefront and make sure that their journey through university is as smooth and as comfortable as it can be, and that they come out with the qualifications they want and start the jobs that they want to start in. So I think that would be my response to that.
Yeah, and I would also just add the fact that the poster seems like they really enjoyed the open day. So I would say, yeah, regardless of the rankings, if you come to the open day and you feel like it's really the place for you, I feel like that should be more important than just looking at the rankings. Because at the end of the day, it's just one little number, but there's so many other factors to your university life that is going to make that difference. And when it comes to healthcare courses as well, you're still coming out with the same accreditations, you're still going to be registered with the NMC at the end of it. So you really have to find the place where it feels like you could, really thrive there. And yeah, if you said you think you're going to be overwhelmed in London, it is an overwhelming place. And ARU, yes, we're lovely here. It's peaceful. But you still obviously have that great experience of university life as well. So I'd say, yeah, really don't try to focus too much on the league tables. If you really enjoyed the open day, then I think it means that it's the place for you.
And I think, that's so important, like having that feel. When you walk around, I think you just know if something feels like home and feels like it's meant for you. I think also just looking at the grades, like with our health and social care courses at ARU, we're one of the largest providers, and the largest providers in the east of England. There are going to be lots of reviews because there are lots of people doing it, and there's a reason why we are one of the larger providers for it. So there's that to look at as well from that other angle, and maybe other people aren't getting other reviews because there's not as many people to put their reviews in. So there's always two sides to it. And I think even nursing qualifications especially, you do that because you want to go into the nursing profession, right? That's the end goal. And I think we were placed second on the graduate outcome survey last year. So that's incredible. So it depends what you want. If you're looking at it, I don't know, social life or something like that, and it's leagues for everything these days, so make sure the leagues you're looking at are the ones that are relevant for the courses that you want to do. And I also think that sometimes when we've got something that we're prepared for, we can talk ourselves out of it a little bit and look for flaws. Like, it's natural to do that.
That's it.
I've actually got a couple of responses to this post. So this person has responded, who's a current student, and they have said, I'm a current student at ARU. Please ignore what people say. It's amazing here. People are so nice, and the uni throws in 100% to support you. I'm also on a healthcare affiliated degree, and as other people have said, it is the accreditation that matters rather than the rankings. And ARU in Cambridge is amazing for that, as we're right in the middle of a scientific and medical hub. Addenbrooke's is really well-regarded hospital over the UK, so saying that you did a placement there is a credit to you. Please don't worry about what others say. This is your degree and your happiness. You can always reach out to the unis and chat to them if you're having doubts. Going to an offer holder day may help you ease your mind, but I promise you that just because ARU isn't ranked number 1 in the UK doesn't mean course content and quality is sacrificed in any way. If you want to know more about ARU, let me know. I mean, testament to our students,
So
like
Yeah,
not
that's
only
great.
just like going in to give a good review, but open to having that
Yeah.
discussion. And I think there is that real sense of peer support, especially on our
There
allied
is.
health courses as well. And I'll read the other one and you can obviously respond and let me know what you thought of the replies. I studied nursing at ARU in Cambridge. For nursing degrees, the uni aspect means absolutely nothing. You have your placements at one of the top hospitals in the country and you'll learn so much. You've chosen well. So they're
Yes.
thinking, you know, bigger picture here about
It
what's
is,
around them.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah, no, incredible things to be thinking about. Did you want to add anything to those comments?
Just a really small thing in terms of like, obviously our students have posted back. If you do also want to talk to a student, I think there is a place on the website where you can have a look at current students who are on different courses. So if you are interested in something, there's like a button where it's like click to chat with this person. And if you do have any sort of questions and you want to talk to somebody on that course, I think that's an option you can look into as well if you just really want to hear like a first-hand experience.
And an honest experience, a lived experience as well. It's all well and good as us as staff members talking about it, but someone who's actually been through the process, I think that's really, really helpful to do.
Yeah, and I think if you're maybe worried about the social aspects of things and maybe, you know, Cambridge not being the best for, you know, the social going out and things like that, you know, our student union is great for starting societies. So if you're interested in something and you want to maybe do that with a group of people, you can speak to the student union. They're great at, you know, organizing meetups, you know, with other students of similar interests. You know, speak to student ambassadors. Like Alex said, there's a facility on the website that you can use to speak to current students, and that might just ease your mind. What I found when I was starting university is to find Facebook groups of people who are, you know, starting their journey at university at the same university, and just talking to people on there and seeing what interests they have, if they want to meet up for a coffee, or, you know, then you can sort of start being in that sort of feeling like you're part of something bigger as well. That you know, you're not just in it on your own, and that can help as well ease some concerns, I think.
Yeah, and I think definitely, I think this is not as a shocking post as I thought it was going to be, because I think sometimes it's good to acknowledge the fact that you're unsure, because everybody is, and it's where you find that information and the support you get. And I'm so glad this person has taken to a forum where there are so many students that don't have to post and reply, but they've gone out their way to, because they feel that strongly about their experiences in their course, and making sure that person has the same experience as them. So I think that's a testament to our students, which is really good. So that was probably, I thought was going to be the hardest question, but actually it's not been too bad at all. A lot to take away from that, but definitely don't read into things, get the feel for it, like you'll know.
Yeah.
So that concludes our Reddit reads for today. Is there anything else you just want to add before we just summarise?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, like we've said and had some responses, clearing can be stressful, but we're trying to make it as easy and as free flowing for you guys as we can. And, you know, there's support in place. So just, you know, ring us, talk to us, email us. Whatever support you need, we'll try our best to help you out, to ease any concerns, ease any anxiety you may have. Yeah, just reach out and we're here to help you.
I think Tom said it perfectly. Just give us a call and we'll be here. Yeah.
And that's incredible. And I think my kind of last little bit of information is clearing's not just if you're going through A-level or BTEC result day, it's for anyone. So if there's that 1% of your brain that's thinking, I really want to go to university, and you're currently employed or you're a mature student, like whatever it might be, then there is a place for you at ARU. And I think, you know, you don't have to just be doing your results now. It could be something you're revisiting. It's just been niggling in the back of your brain for so long. Make action and do it. You might have some sudden free time. Like my son's starting school in September. Like that's going to free up lots of time. And I think, you know, that's a really good time to focus on yourself and to do something that you might have been putting off for a while. So whatever your circumstances, clearing is for you. And just to clarify, if you would like to speak to any of our lovely members of staff, you may be lucky enough to get through to someone sat here today, you can call us on our clearing line, which is 01245 686868. I've always wanted to do something like that. And I will just repeat that again. So 01245 686868, or you can visit our website, which is an abundance of information. And we were having a discussion earlier that sometimes we as staff use it because it's so clear, easy to navigate. All the information you can want is there, and it's really easy to find the answers. And you can find us on aru.ac.uk/clearing. So that's aru.ac.uk/clearing. And whatever your results, whatever your decisions, we cannot wait to welcome you to ARU if you do decide to come and be a student here with us. Thank you so much for listening.